Hold up, cool. Yeah, am I really that kind of person that can get this done? And it's like, the crazy thing about it is that when we're thinking these thoughts, it's basically us saying that we believe that because of our personality, right? Because of our personality, we can't be successful, right? Because of our personality, we can't be 6-figure, 7-figure traders, or because of our personality, we can't be that chairman version of ourselves, right? Because of our personality, we can't, I don't know, be healthy, right? There's all of these different things that we kind of place limitations on simply just based on our personality. Like we think things like, I've always been shy, I can't build a business, or I'm not good at maths, I don't know if I can trade, or I'm an introvert, I don't know if I can really get involved in the community. I've been broke all my life. I don't know if do you get what I'm saying? If I'm made to be wealthy. But the crazy thing about it is this, right? It's like when we look at it like this, we realize that your personality, right? Our personality creates our personal reality. I really encourage every single person to write that down, right? Your personality, right? Our personality, my personality, everyone's personality creates our personal reality. What does that mean, right? That basically means that the way that we think, right? The way that we feel and the way that we act, because that's what a personality is, right? If you guys don't know, like this is the way that I see a personality as. A personality is simply the way that you think, the way that you feel, and the way that you act, right? And the way that you think, feel, and act is literally going to determine your reality. It's going to determine what you have in your life. It's going to determine how you see the things in your life, and it's going to determine what you're going to get coming into the future. And when we really see that, and we understand that, right? We kind of realize that, okay, how do we shift that personality? Because it's like, just to give you some examples so that you really understand that our personality creates our personal reality, and that is how we think, feel, and act. It's like, let's say, for example, one person says they're confident, right? One person believes that they are confident. One person believes that they're ambitious, right? These people are thinking, they're feeling, and they're acting confident, right? They're thinking confident because they're thinking, yo, I'm good at this, right? They're thinking confident because they're thinking, even if they're not good at it yet, they know that they're going to get good, right? They're thinking ambitious because they know, yo, I've got a lot of potential within myself, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I'm actually actualizing everything that I am here to actually do, right? You look at someone else that's maybe a procrastinator, that is a procrastinator, but sees themselves as a procrastinator, or that sees themselves as that person that's shy. What are they doing? They are thinking, feeling, and acting in that way, right? They're thinking, oh, I'm a procrastinator. They're acting in that manner by procrastinating, right? And they're feeling like a procrastinator. And obviously that all kind of comes together to create what? That personality. Listen, if I'm making sense so far, real quick, just drop it free in the chat box. You guys know that I like to get interactive with the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? So okay, cool. I'm seeing the numbers come through. I'm seeing the numbers come through. Listen, understand this, right? As much as our personality creates our personality, the big thing to understand, and the reason I want every single person on this call to really actually be excited for that fact, right? Because understand this, your personality is malleable, right? Your personality can change. A lot of times you think, oh no, I can't do this because I'm like this. No. The only reason you're like this is because one day you made the choice to be like that, right? Whether it was a conscious choice or a subconscious choice, one day you made a choice to be like that, right? Someone, like a lot of people say, for example, oh, I'm not good at this subject, I'm not good at that subject, right? Most of the time, like, let's say, for example, someone says, oh, I'm not good at maths, right? I'm not good at photography. I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that. Most of the time, maybe they had a bad test, right? Maybe they had a bad picture. And they said to themselves that instant, or maybe other people said it to them. They said, oh, you know what? Like, I'm not good at maths. And then guess what happened? The next time they did a test, they weren't good either. The next time they started to see some maths, they weren't good. It wasn't making sense. And it's because they created that personal reality, right, around themselves, because that's the way they were thinking, that's the way they were feeling. And as a result, it led to the way that they were acting, right? You think of someone else, oh man, yo, I'm not really that kind of person that really grinds. I'm not really that kind of person that puts in the work, right? A lot of the times it comes from maybe one day they weren't really feeling it. Maybe one day they weren't really in the loop. One day they weren't really putting in the work that they knew that they should be, whether that was in school, whether that was in business, whether that was in their job. And guess what? That day they didn't put in the work. They said to themselves, or maybe people said to them, maybe it was a lot of people, oh, this guy don't grind, this guy don't work, da, da, da. And then they get back home and they think, oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't really work. And then tomorrow, they don't really work, right? The next day, they don't really work. They don't really work. They don't really work again and again and again. Why? It's because they're creating that personal reality simply based on choices, right? Again, it was either a conscious choice or a subconscious choice. So if that's the case, and things like, for example, I don't know, someone saying that they're a procrastinator, right? Like we speak about people say, oh, I've been procrastinating my whole life and all this kind of stuff. And it's not true. It's not true. And I said this a few weeks ago on a call. I said, listen, understand that no one has been a procrastinator their whole life, because when you were a baby, right, you weren't procrastinating. You know what I'm saying? Like you were just born. And I don't know, you'll see something that looks interesting. You'll see your mom's phone and you'll be like, okay, cool, I'm going to pick that up and start playing with it. Probably broke the phone as well. And your mom probably said, man, this baby's so annoying, right? But you didn't procrastinate because you didn't know anything about procrastination. The only time you started to procrastinate was when we made that decision at some point. At some point, I want every single person to understand that our personality is fully your decision. And again, understand, you might be thinking, oh, but this aspect of my personality wasn't this. It's either, it might not be a conscious decision, but it's a subconscious decision, right? And understand this, the reason I say that it's a decision is because, check this out, what is a decision? A decision is simply when you decide on something. It's when you decide. Sounds kind of obvious, but a decision is when you decide on something, right? Like one of my mentors, David M. Nisa, he says, look, the word decide, it rhymes with the word homicide, which means that when you make a decision, right? When you decide, something dies, right? And what is it that dies? It's the alternate, right? It's the alternate possibilities. The alternate possibilities are the things that die. So when we decide, like when that person decides to run a marathon, right? What that means is that there's no option of them not completing it. Like the alternate options are dead. So the reason I say that every single one of us have made the decision to have the personality we have is because we basically said to ourselves, okay, cool. All the other personalities, I'm not going to be that person. I'm just going to narrow myself in to this procrastinator. I'm just going to narrow myself in to being, I don't know, this person that doesn't make money. I'm going to narrow myself in to being this person that really just doesn't believe in himself, to being this person that is really just lazy, or to being this person that really just wastes a lot of time. Listen, guys, if I'm making sense so far, just drop a 444 in the chat box. You guys know that I like to check in and make sure that we all, you know what I'm saying, paying attention and stuff, right? But check this out. Because now that we're understanding this, like we're understanding a little bit more about the fact that our personality is malleable. Right? Our personality is malleable. We can change it. But I want you to understand that, like coming off this call, right? Coming off this call, no one is going to be the same person as they were coming on. Right? I just want every person to actually really just understand it right now, because that's the focus of this call. The focus of this call is to give you an experience so that once you hop off the call, you are no longer the person that you were when you hopped on the call. In fact, look, if you actually want to, and I'm going to keep being annoying and getting you guys to write numbers in the chat, right? If you're actually the kind of person who right now you feel like, you know what, the person I was before the call isn't necessarily the person that is going to get me to where I need to get, and I need to evolve into a new kind of person, drop a 5 in the chat box real quick. Just so I kind of understand, because for me personally, I'll drop a 5 100%, because understand that we always have room to grow. Right? We always have room to go. Like there's always a next level to actually go ahead and I guess achieve, right? And reach and really just continue striving through. Some of us we say all these different kind of things we've created. Always evolve. Come on, my guy. But we've created all these different kind of stories. Understand this, right? Check this out. Most of us we're wearing a dirty shirt, right? We're wearing a dirty shirt, and what do I mean by this? Let me explain. You know, sometimes it's like someone might just have a dirty shirt on, and you're thinking, why are you wearing that? Right? And they maybe been wearing it for ages. And like this probably doesn't really happen so much now, but maybe in primary school you might see certain kind of situations like that where it's like, damn, like, as in someone's maybe wearing the same shirt all the time, and it's like a dirty shirt. But the crazy thing about it is that now in today's age, as adults, as people that are 18 plus, 21 plus, 30 plus, 50 plus, whatever it is, a lot of us are wearing these same dirty shirts that we were wearing back in years ago, right? Or it doesn't even matter how long ago it was. But what do I mean by a dirty shirt, right? The dirty shirt is these negative beliefs that we have, or not even necessarily beliefs. This topic isn't really so much about beliefs, but beliefs, but more so specifically, right? the personality that we hold, right? So one person could say, again, like, okay, cool, we spoke about the procrastinator example. The procrastinator example, someone thinking, oh, I'm a procrastinator, that's a dirty shirt that they've been wearing a lot of the times through a lot of their life. Whether that's been for a few weeks or a few months or whatever it is, right? Oh, I'm shy. Let me speak about that for a moment. I love speaking about this topic because one of my mentors a while back, probably about a year ago, really helped me expand my perspective when it came down to this topic, right? Because he said, listen, a lot of the times people think that they're shy, right? People think that they're shy, but the craziest thing about it, this might step on some toes, right? I don't mind because it's gonna open some minds. When I heard this, I was like, yo, damn. I was like, damn. Like it connected so deeply that I don't even think I took notes at that point. It was a podcast I remember I was listening to. Didn't even take notes in it, but it just stopped so deeply, right? Because he said, listen, shyness is simply an excuse, right? Shyness is simply an excuse not to go out there and do the things that you should be doing. Right? Like just being real, right? Just being real. And that understanding that if you're the kind of person that identifies yourself as shy and you're feeling attacked, don't feel attacked, right? Feel empowered. Feel empowered to understand, okay, cool. If I was to ask you the question, okay, you might be uncomfortable speaking to people. How long do you want to own that story for? Right? That's a powerful question I learned from my bro, Kieran Davies. Shout out to Kieran, right? He said, listen, like as in, how long do you want to have that problem for? Right? It was in a different kind of circumstance, but it's the same thing here, right? How long do you want to keep feeling uncomfortable to speak to people for? Like, how does that serve you in your life? Just be real, right? Let's just be real. If you're someone that identifies as shy, right? And I notice I'm not saying if you're someone that's shy, because no one is shy. Again, when you were a baby, were you shy? No, you were probably making a lot of noise. Right? You didn't even know the strangers in the room. You're just like, making all this noise, right? You're not shy back then. So there was some kind of decision that you made at a specific point in time. Might have been early. Might have been when you was in primary school. Might have been when you was in first grade, second grade. I don't know how y'all say it in the States. But whatever kind of period it was, made some kind of choice. Some kind of choice to say, you know what, I'm going to be shy. So what we want to do is, if you're that kind of person that sees yourself as shy and wants to be able to grow, in order to grow, you can't really be that person that still holds yourself as that shy person, right? Also understand this, if you feel shy now, don't think that, again, that's your reality. Look, for example, right, Rico Shmoney, right? Some of you guys may or may not know him, right? He's a 7-100 in this business, right? He's a multi-millionaire now. However, when he was new in this business, I believe a few years ago, right? A few years ago, he was very, very shy. Like in his own words, he had to hold a cool and he was so shy. He was so nervous, all this kind of stuff. But guess what? He just rocked it anyway because he realized that this shyness was just an excuse. A lot of times he would say, oh no, but I can't because I'm shy. No, that doesn't really actually, it's not a real reason, right? Like I'm just here to say it's not a real reason. And the reason I'm saying this again, like feel attacked, but again, like feel empowered. Understand that I'm saying this from a perspective of love and from a perspective of understanding that, listen, that whole persona is holding you back, right? It's holding you back, and we want to let go of as much as possible that's holding us back. If that's making sense, real quick, drop a 6.5 in the chat room. See, you thought it was going to be 6. I thought I'd catch some of you out, you know what I'm saying? But drop a 6.5 in the chat was real quick because, that's a powerful perspective, man. Powerful. So, like, another thing, like, people think, a lot of the times, right? Check this out. A lot of the times, we hold on to things so much that just don't serve us. Like, we love to hold on to things that don't serve us. We love to hold on to stories. We love to hold on to reasons that don't serve us. Because we might, for example, like someone might, what kind of example should I use? Okay, cool, right? Okay. All right. Let's say, for example, someone is considered to be overweight, right? Someone is considered to be overweight, right? Let's say that, right? A lot of the times, someone in that kind of, not necessarily a lot of the times, but sometimes someone in that situation would say, oh man, it's because of my genes, right? It's because everyone around me is all overweight, right? Or it could be the opposite, right? A skinny guy, right? A skinny guy like me, I could be like, oh, right, because everyone around me was skinny. In fact, for the longest time, I was always saying to myself, you know what? Now, I'm just a skinny guy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a skinny guy. Now, I would always have people around me in the family saying, oh, yeah, as in like, you're just skinny. Do you know what I'm saying? You're just going to be skinny, blah, 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 right? Until I started to switch that and say, hold up. That's just the story that I'm telling myself. That's just the idea that I'm holding on to that isn't really serving me. Why am I holding on to that? Why don't I say to myself, hold up, no, let me start going gym, right? it took someone like Austin Gozzi to say, yo, listen, like, you need to go gym. That's not, okay, cool, you know what? Like, let me go gym. I just had to be coachable to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Justin Starboy said it to me as well. He was like, yo, listen, like, you need to go gym, right? It's the same on both sides of the spectrum, right? Someone could say, oh no, it's in my genes. Like as in, don't get it twisted. Like, there could be some things that can maybe be in someone's genes to maybe affect their weight, right? However, how does that belief serve you? How does that idea serve you? It doesn't. So if it doesn't serve, like, the only way it serves you is, again, like, I'm not here to, you know what I'm saying, I'm just here to empower people to realize that, yo, we can think bigger. The only way that it serves you is it allows you to eat some more muffins, or it allows you to eat some more of this, or it allows you to chill. It allows you to just not care of your, like, take care of your health. But it's not even necessarily someone that's overweight. It could be someone that's just out of health in general, right? They could say, oh, you know what, but there's health problems in their genes, right? Oh, it's always going to be like that anyway. I might as well eat whatever, right? But understand that that's not necessarily, genes aren't necessarily just everything, right? Like, there's all different people from all different spectrums. Like, check this out. One person could say, oh man, like, I'm an alcoholic because I'm surrounded by alcoholics, right? I'm surrounded by, oh, my dad's an alcoholic. Oh, this. Yo, there was a study, right? Two twins, obviously the same dad, right? The same dad. This dad was an alcoholic, right? As in, like, he was on that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? He was drinking all the time, right? And it's crazy because the two twins, they ended up completely different, right? One of them, he was an alcoholic, right? And one of them became a very successful CEO, right, of his own company, all these different kind of stuff. And there was a study where they asked them, they interviewed both of them, like, separately, and they asked both of them the same question. They asked them, why are you the way you are, right? And the way that they framed it was different for each specific person. So the alcoholic, they said, why are you an alcoholic? And he said, because my dad's an alcoholic, right? And then they asked the other gentleman, why are you not an alcoholic, right? And he said, because my dad is an alcoholic. So that really just puts things into perspective. I don't know if you guys are catching that. That's putting into perspective, hold up. It's not necessarily about our surroundings. Yeah, cool, our surroundings are going to play a part. Don't get it twisted, right? Like, let's say, for example, that person who's an alcoholic, it's not like, oh man, he's an alcoholic, he's this, he's that. Or the person that's not taking care of their health because they're surrounded by so many people that aren't taking care of their health. It's not to say, oh, like, they're doing it intentionally or anything like that. It can be, like, it's basically a product of their environment or whatever. But when they understand this concept, they will no longer have to succumb to that. Because one of the brothers didn't understand this concept and he became an alcoholic, right? He just became a product of his environment. The other, he saw, you know what? I'm not going to allow myself to become an alcoholic because my father is an alcoholic, because I'm seeing him as this alcoholic version and I do not want to be like that. Yo, guys, if this is making sense, and if this is not even just making sense, but if this is adding value and it's genuinely actually something that you're grateful for being on this call for, just drop a 7 real quick in the chat box right now. Okay, cool, perfect. We got some 7s. We got some 7s. We got some 7s. We got some 7s. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Listen, understand this, right? It's like what we really need to do. We should have the perspective to take advantage of your disadvantage to make an advancement towards your mental enhancement. That was a lot of techie words, man. Like, it sounded like a very smart thing, but like, as in my mind didn't really put it together. But definitely, man, definitely. Understand this, right? Okay. Understand this. What we need to do is we need to remove this shirt. We need to remove this dirty shirt that we've been wearing. Like, honestly, it's time for us to identify, okay, cool. What are some of these dirty shirts that we're wearing? Is it that we think, oh, you know what, like my personality, again, personality is what? The way, in fact, now, someone drop real quick in the chat box, what's personality? Now, what is it? Like, what are the 3 things that comprise, if that's the right word, a personality? Let me know in the chat real quick. Let's see who's paying attention. Let's see who's paying attention. Little comprehension, you know what I'm saying? Little comprehension. I'm waiting. I'm not going to continue until someone drops it. I know someone's paying attention. I know someone got the notes, right? I know someone got the notes. Yeah, okay, cool. Think, feel, and actually, shout out to Jessica. You know what I'm saying? P1000 loaded. P1000 loaded. Jessica gets that shout out, right? Yeah, exactly. Personality, the way that you think, feel, and act. So what we need to do is we need to identify, okay, cool. So what are some of the ways that we're thinking, feeling, and acting that we need to shift, right? Are some of us thinking, is some of our personalities that we're just not really the kind of person that plugs into the live sessions every single day? Because we know that we should be plugging in to go live each day. We know that we should be plugging to at least 3 to 5 sessions per week, right? Or some of us, we hold ourselves to different standards. Some of us know within ourselves that, okay, cool, I want to plug into 2 go live sessions every single day. I want to plug in and learn from these 6, 7, 8 figure traders every single day, at least 2 times, right? Whatever it is for you. But it's like the minimum for everyone. I'm going to set the minimum for everyone in the school. Minimum is 3 to 5 sessions per week. That everyone, regardless of whether you're focused on the business or, everyone, this is my perspective. You guys do what you want, but everyone wants to plug into 3 to 5 sessions per week if they're really looking to go 6, 7 figures in this game, right? Even if they're even really looking to just have consistent growth in their trading account, right? So if that's one thing, if that's one of the personalities that the dirty shirts that we've been wearing, we're gonna take that off. You know what I'm saying? We want to put in a different top, right? We want to put in a different top that says, yo, I'm plugging in every single day, right? Like I'm that kind of person that plugs into go live every single day. It's part of my what? It's part of my lifestyle. Because once it's part of your lifestyle, it's not even hard to stay on point, right? Or are we maybe the kind of person that's saying, yeah, I want to go chairman, I want to go this, I want to go that, but then when it comes down to actually building the business, we're not even actually engaging in the activities on a consistent basis. Like maybe one time you do and one time you don't, but it's like, are we engaging in the activities on a consistent basis to build that residual income, to impact people around the world? Because I understand, again, realize that this business is bigger. It's bigger than just you. It's bigger than just me. It's bigger than just any single person in the school. So if that's the case somewhere, it's truly, like, a lot of us speaking about impact this, impact that. But then when it comes down to actually like speaking to someone about the business and sharing it with them, it's like, oh man, I'm scared. Right? But you're speaking about the impact, you're speaking about wanting to help them. So if that's the case, you want to go ahead and do that impact. So we want to go ahead and shift that personality of ourselves, right? Or even if it's in a different aspect of their life. Right? Like, for example, I spoke about myself again. Like, I was always the person that was just like, okay, I don't really want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, okay, cool. I'm not the kind of person that goes to the gym. Right? I had that perspective of myself for the longest of time. Right? Do you know what helped me shift it? Like, as I said, it was Austin saying, yo, you need to go gym. Right? But on top of that, like to break it down as something that can be applicable to anyone, right? Any circumstance, is that you want to do something. Like, you want to make a choice about who you are, right? Make a new choice about who you are, right? Facts. It feels strange if you don't plug into Go Live. You know what I'm saying? You want to make a new choice about who you are and commit to that, right? But you want to do something, right? You want to do something that the old version of yourself wouldn't have done. So when I started to go gym a few times, it was like, oh, right, like, I'm feeling like a new person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only started gym like a month ago, but it's like, whoa, I'm feeling like a new person. You know what I'm saying? Or it might be like reading. It might be like, maybe you don't plug into personal development, right? Maybe you want to start plugging into personal development a little bit, right? And he's like, oh, right, okay, cool. Like, as in, I'm doing something different, right? Or again, maybe it's that you're not plugging into the live sessions. Maybe it's that you're not hopping on the charts. Maybe it's that you're not even necessarily communicating with your mentor in this game, right? Maybe it's that you're not even necessarily, as I said, like speaking to people, like sharing a vision, all this kind of stuff, right? Whatever it is, we want to go ahead and get rid of those old shirts and add on new ones, right? Add on new ones. Maybe the new ones is I'm a hard worker. Like, you're seeing yourself as, yo, like, as in, this is me. Like, I'm a hard worker. Like, I'm very consistent. I'm very persistent. I don't crack under any kind of pressure, right? Maybe this is the personality that you have, right? Because if someone else can have that personality, then why shouldn't you? Why shouldn't you, right? Or maybe you're someone that decides, yo, like, I'm the kind of person now that takes my health seriously. Maybe, you know, okay, well, I haven't even taken my health seriously. I've just been eating this, eating that, like, all day. I've just been eating pizza all day. I've been eating cakes today, this, that. Maybe you're like, you know what, I want to take my health seriously. Now, because once you do, like, you get to a point now where when you go ahead and eat those old things, right, it's like you're putting on an old top. Like, imagine you take a top out of the wash basket and it's like a dirty top and you try to put it back on. you're gonna be like, oh man, that's kind of dirty, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna put it back. You're gonna put it back. So that's the same thing in this game. Once we put on those once we put on those new clothes, once we put on that new top, we're not gonna wanna go back to wear the old stuff. So it's like you might start eating healthy, and then all of a sudden now, okay, someone's talking about, oh yo, do you want to eat this? Nah, not really. And you might even eat, and then it's like, oh, you feel kind of sick instantly. Right? You feel kind of sick instantly. Or remember you again, I know, yeah, you spoke about Go Live quite a few times. And what else? There's so many different examples, man. There's so many different examples. But these are just like some common topics, or someone that's an alcoholic, someone that drinks a lot, or someone that smokes a lot, right? Because we maybe have people in the team that maybe smoke a lot. And maybe they know that, hold up, this smoking isn't necessarily helping me go forward, right? This smoking is actually holding me back, right? This smoking is directly messing up with my health. I'm literally, right? I'm literally just, you know what I'm saying? Just like, I don't even at people that's smoking too much. But look, understand, right? If you're smoking, like, you want to get off that, right? Because understand, obviously, it's messing up your health, right? And we understand it. So it's like, once we start to switch that personality of, you know what, I'm not even a person that smokes. But anytime you go to smoke, it's like, ugh. Like, as in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it gets to a point where you don't even want to smoke anymore. It gets to a point where it's like, someone offers you a cigarette and you're like, you start to feel sick, right? Or weed or whatever it is that you're smoking, right? These are just examples, right? These are examples. Y'all can do what you want to do, but you know what I'm saying? But listen, hopefully that's making sense to every single person, man. Just really wanted to hop on and really just speak about, again, the personality. So I guess, like, the real call to action today is, again, like, identify. Like, let's make sure we identify what is at least one dirty shirt that we've been wearing that we need to take off, right? What is one dirty shirt? And I would encourage every single person to just write down. And like, not in the chat or anything, but just like write it down in your own time. Maybe after this call, get a pen and paper or whatever, and just write it down. Like, okay, cool. Like, this is something that I need to work on. Or even just think to yourself and be like, okay, cool. This is the top that I may be going to replace that shirt with, right? Listen. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to wrap up the call right here. Hopefully, y'all got value. If you did, yeah, man, let's just grow. Let's just elevate. There ain't anything that y'all got to do, but let's just grow. Let's elevate. Let's go back to the group chats. Let's let every single person know. Maybe one of the key things, right? Let's go back to the group and let's let every single person know one of the key things maybe that you took from this call, right? With that being said, next week, we on the same time. Y'all already know how we get down. Yeah, man, I'm going to catch y'all soon. Deuces. I can't even find my mouse. Where is it? I said, peace.